about this Drake and Meek thing, and I mean, I know you talked about it a lot, but my thing was what I feel is missing is like, what I don't understand is why I wanted to get what your take was in terms of Meek stepping out, because you know you've ghostwritten for people, you've done things, and you've kept that on the low. And usually the code in hip hop is if you are getting some help, you keep that on the low, right? So why do you think it was that Meek decided to put that out there and kind of discredit Drake? And were you comfortable with that?
Of course, it was after the fact when I realized it. But what I realized was, when Meek found out, Drake had someone, vibing with him, however you want to do it. I think it really fucked with him.
Yeah.
It really on some.
As a fan of hip hop, disappointed him. On some, I think that on some. And that fuck with people, different ways. Myself, I've been in the studio, I've written a lot of songs for a lot of people, and I want people to be comfortable with me being able to, create music with them, you dig? So there's certain things I may not touch on, but Meek haven't lived that career. He hasn't ghostwritten, he don't know that. Mm-hmm. He from the battle rapping, from the streets, and that's, he feel the rules for the niggas who make that type of music. Mm-hmm. So I respect his point of view on that. You dig? Yes, sir.
When I realized what was going on, it was most definitely after the fact. And at the end of the day, like I say, Meek Mill is my little brother.
Of course.
Drake, my nigga.
Yeah.
We have history. Mm-hmm. I won't let it go any further than what it is. Right. You dig? Yeah. But is it, making records and putting out records, however anybody feel dope shit, we all know Drake, nigga nice.
Yeah,
nigga great with what he do. We'll never discredit the little homie. Meek Mill, great at what he do and where he come from and represent it the same way. And I feel like, we need them both.
Yeah.
You dig? And that's how it's going to be.
And MMG and Drake have always kind of done great things together. That's why I also feel like for him to take a stance against it was kind of, troubling to a certain extent.
At the end of the day, just as a man, you got to do what you got to do as a man, and as an artist.
And you said it was a competitive thing. You think Cass want that top spot. So Meek's got 250. He got Nicki on his arm.
He got Nicki.
He's in a strong place.
He on tour. This the biggest tour. This bag he picking up. He eating with his woman. You in the zone. But we seen this last year with Kendrick Lamar. And
the control thing.
Yeah, it's certain things artists gonna do to get that attention and go for that number one spot. And it's just, you keep following it up with great music, it may pay off one day and you be that number one MC. It ain't gonna happen overnight. So it's gonna be battles and it's gonna be wars.
So was never a thing where MMG and Drake was not on the same page? Because I saw a homie, Sam Sneak, he's a wild boy, and I remember he was the only one when the alleged Puff thing happened, he's the only one that took to the tweets and was kind of speaking on it. What was your take on that?
Once again, after the fact, once I realized what was going on, and I spoke this, my DJ Sam Sneak, he was.
I love Sam. Sam's a wild boy. Sam's a wild boy. That's my guy.
That's that's my little young Haitian DJ. He run with
he Haitian. That's what it is.
You didn't know?
So,
that explains it.
The zones. They got a certain voice. And Sam, and shout out to Sam brother. He's a well respected.
I don't want to mess with Sam brother. All right, shout out to Sam brother.
Yeah.
Respect to him.
No, and like I told him, I guess he was out there, when, some altercation may have happened. We ain't tripping. But, like I told him, whatever you did or you felt, it's over. Let's keep it moving. That's, that's family at the end of the day. That's family. And like I said, throughout this whole beef, no call's been made because it never reached that level.
Yeah.
Because we all got family around us. And when family step in, it's, when certain calls get made, and it go both ways.
Right.
You dig?
But being such a fan of the culture, I'm sorry, Beat, I'm hogging it. Being such a fan of the culture, to me, was interesting about it was the first one that kind of played out in this era, right? Through social media, through the memes. What was your take on that, being such a student of the game, to see a rap beef in 2015 kind of play out this way? Because even with the control thing, the world wasn't as mobile, as internet, as social media friendly as this one was. This seemed like then you have all these other outside people chiming in and weighing in and putting things on people's pages. What do you make of all that craziness? And then how do you, someone like Meek that may be upset by that, how do you keep him focused?
That's when you let him know. This when the music, this when the experience comes into play. In every conversation we had, let me tell you something. You move when you want to move. you're not forced to move nothing. You ain't no time limits. Ain't no. Let's get that money. Get your money on tour. Let's move. There's certain things, certain energies may flare up. Right. Let's calm down, homie. Yeah. You out on bond. We got money to get. I'm out on bond. I got $8 million tied up. It's certain things I want to see happening.
Right.
It's certain ways we gonna do this. You dig? But it's all gonna be for the love of the game. I would never let nothing flame up from that side to where it was personal and something to Drake. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. You dig? And it's vice versa. Like I said, it's certain call, and that's it. But other than that, some little skirmish went down and you let it unfold.
Right. One final thing on that. What do you think? Because you liken it sometimes to fit when you was going at it with 50 and people doubted you and said you may not overcome it. What do you think it is about Meek that Meek's going to be, whatever criticism, whatever like the side swaying against he's right now, like how's he going to be able to overcome this or learn from this experience, and how's it going to make him a better artist, you think?
I think just the fact that I got almost an album worth of new music in my phone. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty to me. And when I see challenges and when I see things happen, or I see artists challenge another artist, that's when I get excited, because that's what I love the most.
Competition.
That's when I feel I perform the best, because nigga try me.
Pressure.
Oh boy, I'm finna shoot 10 videos. Watch this. I'm finna, and that's what come from that.
Like that fire.
That's that energy that Meek recording his music in. And I say, let's keep it bottled up until you ready to release all that shit. Right. And it's not that, nobody billing up, targeting Drake, because I ain't with that. It's like, that's my little homie.
Right.
If it was somebody else, maybe but that's my little homie. I done got a lot of money with my dogs on that side, and it's vice versa. And real G's, that's what you do. You dig? Yep. And as a boss, you don't, regardless of what happened, you don't let nothing on the side influence you to shy away from the principles and what those relationships was based on. Right. So I could never say nothing bad about Drake, and it never went to that level. Yeah. You know what I mean? So him and Meek, I just feel like, I'm thinking about other things in the future.
The reunion tour.
I just be thinking of different things.
I see
people
remixes.
People think of one thing. It's just the ambition in me, man. That thinking of other things, man, and future collaboration.
And rap beef was great for you, career-wise,
man. when I was in the middle of a rap beef, when once I got over that hump, because everybody, boy, it's over for you. No, it ain't. Watch this. Watch what I do. And I feel like 30, 60 days into that grind, my shows went from 30 to 75,000. And not because of a new record I put out. I was releasing records, but they was really just for the mud, just for the streets, just popping shit at dudes, you know what I'm saying? But
just momentary.
The value came from when people seen that I was gonna be here. And that's what it's about. I think breaking down the fan, understanding the fan, I think when I'm my highest and I just sit back, a fan, how do you define a fan? To me, it's almost when you build a confidence in that person.
In the fan, in the listener.
Fan. Because that's what a fan do. A fan rides for you, but they got to be confident. They got to
believe.